and welcome to the Wow Embossing channel. Today I'm going to be creating a card using this Wow Twist and Shout trio. So we've got the orange twist, the lemon twist and the lime twist, and they come as a trio. You can see the colours on the top there where I've swatched them. So this one has kind of more yellow in it, this is more of a pure orange, and then we've got the lime as well. And I'm going to be using this Boom Steel die from Pocket Full of Happiness. This is a 5x7 die, but we're going to be creating a smaller card than that. We'll create a normal 4x5.5 inch card size. And I'm going to be showing you how to create it on white cardstock, but then stick around to the end and I'll show you what it looks like on black cardstock, because you do get a subtle difference by using the embossing powders on different colours of cardstock. So I'm going to use 5x7 pieces of cardstock to create panels with my embossing powder that I'll then die cut with this, but then we'll cut it down when it comes to using them on the cards. So I've got my embossing ink and I'm just going to make sure I really cover this piece of cardstock with that. And then I'm going to use this orange twist. I'm bringing in a separate scrap of paper to do that on, because obviously I don't want this sticking to the ink that has got onto the other scrap of paper. So then we're going to heat that up. So there's the orange with one layer on it. When I'm doing embossed panels like this, I like to do 2 layers, so it gives a more even finish. And you can see this is also the reason why I use a bigger piece of cardstock than I need for doing these kind of embossed panels, because you always get bits like this around the outside where obviously you have to hold it somewhere, and so you tend to knock a bit of the embossing powder off the side. So then there you go, we've got our panel of that orange twist, and you can see you get different levels of colour within that panel, and that's because it's a marbling powder, and you can always tell with the Wow embossing powders it has a little M if it's a marbling powder, and all of these are marbling. So you can see these 2 are opaque and marbling, and this one's translucent and marbling. And when I show you the panels, you'll be able to see what that does. So here I've got the lemon twist. Here we've got it on the white cardstock, and here we've got it on the black cardstock. And you can see they do have a different look to them. And that's one of the opaque ones. This one's the other opaque one. So again, you can see there is a difference to them when you put them on the white versus the black. It gives a different look to it, but you'll see the difference on this one where we've got the orange twist and it's translucent rather than opaque. You can see it has a really vast difference between the white and the dark cardstock, because that translucent powder obviously is a lot more see-through, and so it picks up a lot more of that black colour from underneath. So it looks like you've used 2 totally different embossing powders. You've got like the orange, and then this one's quite a copper type look. So I think that's really good to note the difference between having an opaque powder and a translucent powder, the difference between putting those onto the white versus the black cardstocks is massive. So I'm going to cut all of these panels down with this, then we'll make the white backed card together and I'll show you the black one at the end. Okay, so now I've got 3 piles of die cut pieces, and I've got an A6 piece of white cardstock, so that is 4 1/8 by 5 7/8 inches, and I've covered that with double-sided sticky. If you don't have double-sided sticky tape, then you can obviously use glue and put all the pieces on individually. I just find this way a bit easier. So I'm going to start with the green, and I'm going to put that here. I've chosen this piece to start with because it's a whole piece. It's not one of the end pieces, which you'll see in a second come in like 2 sets of pieces. So it's easy to centre, and it's big enough that I can kind of centre it by eye with no real problems. Because obviously you want the centre of the starburst and the centre of the cardstock. And then I'm going to choose the next one down. And obviously, because we are alternating the 3 different colours, you've got 3 times as many pieces as you actually need. So you could make 3 cards with the die cuts. Just start with a different colour each time. So then I can go to the outside of the starburst and put these bits. You can see what I mean now by the pieces on the outside of this are kind of come in 2 pieces. You've got the top one and the bottom one. Now I'm not going to use the whole card front for this, but the reason that I have cut a whole card front of cardstock is so that where you've got these bits here, I don't need to fill those in. I'm just going to chop those off when I cut it down, and it just makes the whole putting together a lot easier. You can see how gorgeous that is, really nice and fresh. So I've got this piece, which is about 1/2 inch smaller than my card blank, and then I've got a piece of black that's an 1/8 of an inch bigger than that. So I'm going to layer those up. And then I've got this sentiment, which I have hot foiled using this Syberia Designs Is Your Birthday hot foil plate and die set. Now I've hot foiled that in black onto white cardstock. I'm not going to do that on screen today because this video is not really about hot foiling. But if you want to know more about hot foiling, then I'll pop something up on screen to link you to a video that I've got on hot foiling, in case you're not really sure what it's all about. So then we've got this really nice kind of fun, fresh birthday card, and then as promised I also made it up in the black, so you can see it does have quite a different vibe. I just backed that with the copper foil and the black cardstock. And also I used the same sentiment but with copper foil on black cardstock. So bearing in mind we used the same colours in the embossing powder in the background, that's given it quite a different vibe on here. Let me know in the comments which is your favourite. So I really hope that you enjoyed today's cards. If you did, I'd appreciate you clicking like below, and you can also press subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. If you press the bell button and select all, then YouTube will also notify you when there's a new video available. All of the products that I've used for today's cards are listed in the description below, and there's also a link there to the blog where you can find a picture supply list if that helps you find what you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.